Hey everyone, welcome back. It's your boy Trav with Trading Lifestyles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, notification bell so that you never miss any updates. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do a recap of today. My previous video, I bring up the idea that we are looking at kind of reversals at this point. How I came up with that idea was the fact that this high never got taken out while this support got taken out. It looked like it tried to now I'll kind of go slow here, but if you see here, it was a break of this gray square, right? So this is like a area of interest, right? So once that got breaking and it came up here to these highs, that was the last highs. Now um, following a trend means you come back down, retest, and then you take out these highs, right? So you keep going higher, and that pattern keeps happening. What happens is when they have what you call a break of structure, that means that pattern has been broken. All right, that's where we start to look at what they call reversals. All right, which are a grand opportunity for people to really get in. Now, if you look here, I'm drawing a trend line for you so you can kind of see what I saw. This was a trend that was happening for a few days. It was coming up, it broke, retested, got higher, broke again, retested. It's supposed to continue to go higher. Well, what happened was there was a break of that pattern, all right, which is a break of structure. So this support system failed. It fell through the bottom of the floor, right, in a sense. Which shows me weakness. All right, so it pushed to a high. It's no longer interested in going higher. So right now we're going to reverse, or we should be starting to understand that the market will be reversing here soon. Okay. Now, if you get that understanding on what you call a higher time frame, now a higher time frame just means it's happening on a bigger picture, on a bigger scale. Then it will follow on a smaller scale, right? Where people actually get in, get out, what day trading normally happens. Long term, they're kind of like your big time frames. Okay, I'll explain that. For instance, right, your dailies, each candle represents a day. All right, so this is like long term. People who really want to get in, place some money down and just kind of keep it as a safe haven, watch it for a little while. That's what daily time frames, weekly time frames kind of consist of. It's more of a slower approach, but it's over time, right? 4 hours, they kind of do the same thing, right? Now, when you start to see certain setups on a daily and a 4 hour, that means it's for sure going to happen on a smaller time frame, like a 1 hour, a 15-minute time frame, because the larger time frames are telling basically the direction. All right, all you got to do is just follow the higher time frames. So when I see setups or breakdowns on a higher time frame, that's what starts to draw my attention and start to look for entries on the lower time frame. All right, that makes sense. And you understand that, put a thumb up in the chat. Let me know that you or in the message bar. All right, now if you see here on the 4 hour, it was going up, it stopped going up here at this high. It came back to retest as it should, like this one, hit to a high, came back, retest, pushed higher, right? That is following trend. Once it came back to retest here and then failed, it was no longer trying to go higher. That means weakness is now coming into the market. All right, so me being a trader, I'm looking to take advantage of that weakness. Okay, now I'm not about to just buy in willy-nilly. Okay, I discussed that on my last video. We really want to take our time and look for a great opportunity. All right, we got to look for certain setups, we got to look for certain cues. All right, you never just dive into something blindly. You kind of want to have an understanding as to why you're getting in, especially when you're discussing money, right? Now, if you see here, I came down to the 1 hour. You kind of get more of an in-depth look at that potential reversal. So we broke higher, we came down, we tried to hold, and it failed. It tried to come back on top, this morning, you know, while everybody was asleep, like 3 a.m., and try to push higher, but ultimately, you know, it failed. Now, this was a chop around today. Me personally, really didn't get an opportunity to get into like trades this morning. I was running around. Nor, honestly, it really wasn't a good setup today either. So I really don't feel bad for missing out because nothing really broke down. I mean, you had some pops here, but if you would have scalped that, cool. But for the most part, nothing really kind of showed me its hand, right? It's still consolidating. These lows never got taken out. So these were the previous day highs. These were the previous day lows. So today all happened without either one of those getting touched. So believe it or not, now you have even lower highs and even lower lows, right? So honestly, it's coiling. It started higher and it's getting smaller and it's coiling. So this thing is about to pop, all right? What I think is probably going to fall out the bottom. But again, I don't like to guess, so let me retract that statement. As traders, we don't like to dictate or guess, right? We like to wait and see, right? So let's keep the mindset correct. Never guess. Always wait and see and get what we call confirmation. That means without a shadow of a doubt, based off of these particular things, this is the reason why I'm deciding to go with this direction. For those particular things to happen that you take a look at, those are called confirmations. You want at least 2 to 3 confirmations before you decide to get into a trade, right? One being a reversal. It just never took out the highs. That could be one confirmation, right? Second confirmation, it took out the lows, right? Third confirmation, I need to see a level break. All right, what does that mean? What does that look like? All right, so you see here, as I come down to the 15-minute, you see this gray box. It looks like it's just dancing in between this gray box, but no major levels have broken yet, right? No highs have been taken out, right? We haven't even hit the white lines that I put, right? Which really shows direction, right? If you see here, right, like these are your last lows. It bounced off of here like a floor. It bounced off of the floor, bounced off of the floor, bounced off of the floor. It came up, hit the ceiling, right? And now it's just kind of chopping in the middle of no man's land, right? So to me, I'm waiting for a direction. If it's going to either, you know, shoot out to the higher side or shoot out to the bottom side, I'm gonna take full advantage of it. But I need to see some type of level break. So that's what I mean by waiting for a level to break. Get confirmation. All of this in here is just noise. It's honestly white noise. Until one of these level breaks, this means absolutely nothing. This means absolutely nothing. Wait for one of these levels to break, and then you take advantage. All right. That's what I see as of right now. We're just kind of waiting for NQ. Let's switch over to ES. Now, I only trade really 3 futures. All right. I trade NQ, ES, and YM. I just love how they move. They move easy. I understand them. Plus, I've been watching them for a few years now. So I got a feel for them. You know, I like futures, man. It's good. It's great. You know, it's a lot of gains to be made, but it's also some lessons to be made if you do not pay attention. Even if you do pay attention and you do everything great, sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. But that's neither here nor there. My job is to help everybody get paid, and we're going to do this the right way. All right, and the name of the game is be consistent. There's no home runs in this game. All right, the name of the game is get consistent. So if I can show you guys how to consistently set things up, you can consistently get paid, okay, for the rest of your life. Now, as far as ES, same kind of concept. Do you see here, right? What do you notice? You have these lowers getting hit. You got the highs getting hit. Now, there is a reversal because it never took out these highs. It pushed like it wanted to come higher and failed. Not only that, but then it fell out the bottom of this support. So this lets me know reversal. Okay, came back, retested, and just chopped around today. Again, no major levels got broken. I'm glad I really didn't take a trade today, because I honestly, I probably would not have taken a trade. There's no major levels that gotten broken. So same story. Now you get more of a picture here of an idea. It's leaving this zone, this gray area, right? And it's kind of just waiting to fall. So it looks like it wants to break this first level here, maybe come down and touch today's lows and potentially the previous day lows, and start taking out some of these levels. This is what I mean. We're waiting for something to break. This is what I'm referring to. This level here is looking to break, to come down here to potentially break past these lows. This is what I consider looking for an opportunity to happen. And it's actually happening in real time. So me personally, if this was, now I don't trade overnight, right? I like to kind of trade with the banks and everybody at 9:30 a.m., right? That's when the most momentum comes in. But let's say this was in the morning time. If this thing broke this and it held, then I would look at getting in, right? Take it probably to these next lows, or these even lower lows, and then just play that. That's what I would do. But you know, it's overnight, so we don't really trade overnight. I wouldn't suggest you guys, if you're new, to start doing that. I mean, you can. It's just the volume is not there compared to the candle sizes that you can get in the day. The size of candles that you get at night, the follow through, the volume, it's just not there. It's just not there. So I wouldn't want you guys to waste your time. Now, there are plenty of people out there who trade overnight sessions that make really good money. My job here is to streamline you to a check. So I'm being honest with you and up front. Let's just stick to that 9:30 to about 2 o'clock range, all right, of trading. Me personally, I don't like to trade past 12 o'clock. I don't even like to really trade past like the first hour of the day. If I don't see anything within the first hour, I'm kind of not going to trade for that day, all right? And I'll save my money and trade the following day. Now, if you can see here, again, we are waiting for this level to break, one of these levels, either to the high side or to the low side. Then we'll get in, all right? We'll grab a few points and make some money. Also, let's take a look at YM. Now, YM, same kind of story, a little bit of a better opportunity. Why do I say that? It's because of the chart, of course. All right, if you see here, I want to go to a higher time frame. And again, if you kind of want an in-depth breakdown, I covered that in my previous video. So I'm just kind of reviewing right now. This is what I mean by breaker structure. This chart kind of gives you a great example. All right, do you see here how we have this trend? Let's see here, right here. All right, so this is a trend. You see this red line that I just put here? Let me make that large for you. 1 second, just so you can kind of see it and it makes sense. All right, everything that touches this line is following a pattern, right? Boom, pattern. Comes down, touches it, pattern. Comes down, touches it, pattern. Comes up. All right, and then it's supposed to keep going higher and keep going and keep going. What happened was there was a break of this pattern, aka break of structure. It broke through, right? Retested, never took out these highs, and then fell out the bottom, right? This is showing major sell-off, major reversal. All right, that all of this red candles right there, this whole little red area, lets me know major selling is happening, and it's in place, and it's live, and it's happening in real time, right? When you see a bunch of red candles like that, that is a major sell-off. I mean, somebody or some bank is literally unloading. All right, so let's remove this. Now, once you saw the previous lows got taken out, this kind of is what triggered me to look at an opportunity of this thing falling here. As you can see, it's actually falling. Now, on my yesterday's video, I did mention that this is what we were going to look for. I said that we were going to look for this to break, right? I said that this was going to come back and retest here, right? And I said it will ultimately come down and come down here to this particular zone, which it's literally doing as we speak. It broke down, which is here. It came back and retest, which is here, and it fell down, which is here. Right? Beautiful. These are the style of trades that are easy, that are kind of like, you know, if you're new to trading and you don't really know kind of like how to trade, that for one, this is what this channel is for. For two, a good, easy, like simple way, right, is to look for a breakdown, right, of a level. So I give levels out, plus the system that I use gives levels out, and I'll show you guys how to use it. If you are interested in getting the system, please hit me up, and we can help you guys get that system. Now, once you break this level, right, this is a major level. Once you break that level and it comes back and retests, we're looking for these follow-throughs, right? And that's ultimately what we're getting to the next major zone, which is this gray box, okay? You could have easily caught that. Again, I really wasn't even here today to trade. So let's take a look here and see what kind of transpired. A lot of choppiness, to be honest. Maybe a quick scalp to these lows. Let's see, where's 930? 930. Okay. So you had a huge wick down. Maybe you caught that. Next candle, huge wick up. So this showing me chop. Just these two candles on. This is your first 30 minutes of the day. One in extreme one way, and the other one is in an extreme the other way. Right? Symbols of, or signs of consolidation, right? Which is not good grounds for trading. Trading, we want moves like this in trading. This is what, you know, traders get paid from. Once it starts chopping up and up like this, that's not good for trading. You just, you know, you're stressing unnecessarily. But the easiest way for me to explain to you how to avoid this is to watch the first few candles. If you do not get a major break, right? To me, a break probably would have been what I would have wanted seen is a close and a hold up under this last low right here, right? You see how it didn't close? It just kind of wicked on this candle right here. It wicked down. It never closed. It didn't show any strength. It got bought up immediately. Then it looked like it wanted to break out these highs, but never broke, and then got bought down immediately. That, to me, it's indecisive. By 10 o'clock, that's when kind of some momentum started to come. So maybe if you were patient in your first three candles, then you actually got a smooth candle to the downside, something with some body to it, and maybe you could have grabbed a few points. But again, I mean, you just chopped around for most of the day, and as of right now, I mean, you're really getting a major break of a level. So it's just setting up for tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we get in this zone and do something, but you know, who knows? Again, I don't like to guess. I like to wait till we get to an actual area, then read what's in that area. But as far as that, that's really all I saw today. It's just a lot of choppiness. You know, if you made money, good. If you lost money, you know, don't worry. As long as you don't blow up your accounts, there will be grand opportunities in the future. Man, look at these levels break right now. This is happening in real time. This is happening in real time. Yeah, see, this is breaking down. It probably will come down here and test this level, this low right here. Same as this. We're looking at a leave of this area. I want to see this level break on NQ as well, and I would probably get out, you know, if I wanted to trade overnight at these levels down here. All right. Let me see. Is there anything else that I wanted to mention? That's kind of it, to be honest. I mean, we covered NQ, ES, and YM. So if you enjoyed the content, make sure to hit the like, subscribe button. Stick around for more. All right, everyone. Peace, love, and good trading. This your boy Trav. Take it easy.